Hello friends, welcome back. You are watching Ancillary Physics 3, Electricity and Electronics. In this lecture, we will solve some problems related to the topics that we have discussed in the unit number 1. For the past 9 lectures, we have been discussing the contents present in the unit number 1. And this is the 10th lecture where we will try to solve some simple problems, not too much complex problems. As it is an ancillary class, we will solve only simple problems related to the topics that we have discussed during the past 9 classes. In that way, the first problem is, so problem number 1, the electric field near the Earth's surface is 300 volt per meter, directed downwards. Then, full stop. What is the surface density of charge on the Earth's surface? So, what is given? Given is electric field near the Earth's surface. Electric field E, which is given, that is 300 volt per meter, and which is directed downwards. What is the surface charge density? What is asked? Surface density of charge. So this is nothing but sigma. Scratch your memory. By scratching your memory, so what is the concept that relates electric field E and surface density of charge sigma? Yes, that you have been thinking is correct. Coulomb's theorem. What Coulomb's theorem tells? According to Coulomb's theorem, using Gauss law, it states that electric field at any point near a charged conductor is equal to the 1 by epsilon naught times the surface density of charge. Remember? Good. So, according to this theorem, this is the relation. Now, what is given? We are given with E. We are asked to calculate sigma. So, we can rewrite this equation to sigma, which is E times epsilon naught. But what is epsilon naught? We have mentioned multiple times, 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 coulomb per Newton meter square, isn't it? So it's Coulomb square actually. Fine. So we know the epsilon naught. Substitute it here. 300 multiplied by 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. That will give us this 2 digit we can cancel out. This become minus 10. And you can multiply this too. That is 8.854 multiplied by 3. So So this becomes 26.562 multiplied by 10 power minus 10, or you can write sigma, which is equal to 2.6562 into 10 power minus 9. Surface charge density, that is charge coulomb per meter square. In this way you can solve this problem. Second question, it is required to construct a parallel plate capacitor of capacitance 0.5 microfarad using paper sheets of thickness 4 into 10 power minus 5 meter as dielectric. How many circular metal foils of radius 2 into 10 power minus 1 meter are required? So what's asked? We have to construct a parallel plate capacitor. That is our aim, whose capacitance must be 0.5 microfarad. What we have to use? We have to use paper sheets of thickness 4 into 10 power minus 5 meter as dielectric. So in between that, paper sheet is used. Between the plates, parallel sheet is used as a dielectric. Now, how many circular metal foils of radius 2 into 10 power minus 1 meter are required? So how many circular metal foils of radius 2 into 10 power minus 1 meters are required to create the capacitance 0.5 microfarad? So this is the case. What we have to do? Equation for parallel plate capacitor is C, which is equal to epsilon naught A by D. Right. But here, what is used as an intermediate medium as a dielectric? Paper is used. So we need to include relative permittivity. Okay, here epsilon naught is the permittivity of the vacuum, epsilon r is the relative permittivity, A is the area of the plate. But this area of the plate should be calculated from the circular metal foils given for this purpose, not a ready-made parallel plate metals are given, so that we have to construct it from circular metal foils. Assume like that, it is the problem given. And thickness D is 4 into 10 power minus 5 meter. That is, let us write what is given. Epsilon naught, that is given 8.9 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter, and epsilon r is given, that is 5 for paper, which is used as a dielectric, and thickness of the dielectric is 4 into 10 power minus 5 meter, and the radius of the circular foils is r, which is 2 into 10 power 1, you can write 0.1 meter, 0.2 meter simply. What do you want? You want area. Area for a circle is pi r square. So value of the pi is 3.142 multiplied by r 0.2 into 0.2. Substitute all these values in this equation, and C is also given. Okay, C is also given. That is 0.5 microfarad. Now what is the question? If we substitute epsilon naught, epsilon r, A and D, we will get one particular C. Okay. that particular C may not equal to 0.5 microfarad, but our target is left side should be 0.5, which means right side, if one such combo is not sufficient, then how many such combos are required? Assume that if there are 2 foils are used, then one capacitor is created. So if there are n foils used, right, then n minus 1 capacitors are created. In that way, we can rewrite this equation as epsilon naught epsilon r n minus 1 foil. If there are n foil cards are used, then n minus 1 capacitors will be created. So that will, so this is the equation, this is the capacitance created for one parallel plate setup. That is, if one pair of parallel plates are used, that is 2 seats are used. If n is 2, then 2 minus 1, then there is a 1 capacitor. For that we can calculate capacitance. If there are n number of plates used, n number of foils used, then n minus 1 capacitance will be created. They are in total, summarily they will give you this capacitance. Right? Now we have to calculate what is that n. That is the idea. So you can substitute this as this side 0.5, which is equal to 8.9 into 10 power minus 12 multiplied by 5 multiplied by, let's write this, 3.142 into 0.2 multiplied by 0.2 into n minus 1 divided by d, that is 4 into 10 power minus 5. Now what do we want? We want n minus 1. For that we can write 0.5. This will come here, that is the denominator of the right hand side will come to numerator, and the numerator of the right hand side will come left as denominator. But you know, so 0.5 into 4 into 10 power minus 5 divided by 8.9 into 10 power minus 12 into 5 into 3.142 into 0.04, right? Then what you have to do? You have to put plus 1, so this will give you n. So after substituting that, if you calculate this equation, it will end up with 19. So please check with that. So this is how we can solve this problem number 2. Okay. Third problem. A sphere of 10 centimeter diameter is suspended within a hollow sphere of 12 centimeter diameter. So what is given? There is a sphere whose diameter is 10 centimeter, which is suspended within a hollow sphere of 12 centimeter. That is, there is a 12 centimeter diameter sphere is there. Within that, there is a 10 centimeter diameter sphere is placed. That is, a small ball is placed within a little bit bigger ball. A ball inside a ball, like that. You can say like this. So now, this radius, you can say 12 centimeter. Right? Now, if the inner sphere is charged to a potential of 15,000 volt, right? Inner sphere is charged, you can say it is charged to 15,000 volt, and the outer sphere is earthed. So this sphere is earthed. Find the charge on the inner sphere, right? What is charge Q on the inner sphere? This is the question. What is this case? This case you can write the capacitance of the spherical capacitor, where the outer plate is earthed. In this case, the formula for this spherical capacitor is, what is that? 4 pi epsilon naught AB by AB by B minus A. So this is the case, right? And 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, which is equal to 9 into 10 power 9. Okay. If you substitute pi equal to 3.142, epsilon naught equal to 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square per Newton meter square. If you substitute this value in this equation, you will get 9 into 10 power 9. So in this equation you can write, so this is inverted, so that you can write 1 by 9 into 10 power 9 multiplied by AB, where A is the inner radius, this is A, and the outer radius up to this is B. So what is that? Diameter of the inner sphere is 10, so radius will be half of that, so 5 centimeter, 5 into 10 power minus 2 meter, multiplied by 6 into 10 power minus 2 meter. Why? Because it is 12 centimeter, divided by B minus A, 1 into 10 power minus 2 meter. So in this case, what will be that? You can cancel out this and this. You can cancel out this to, sorry, this is my plus 9, this is minus 2. You cannot cancel. So remaining thing is 30 divided by 9 into 10 to the power, when it goes up, minus 11. So that 3 times, this is, so 3 times 9 is 27, point remaining 3, 30, it will be like this, 3.33 into 10 power minus 11 farad will be the capacitance. But what we want? We want the charge. Q is equal to CV. How did we identify that? The quest of curriculum vitae and triangle that we have studied, right? Quest of curriculum vitae. So Q is equal to CV. C that we have calculated, 3.3 into 10 power minus 11 multiplied by V is 15,000. So it becomes, what is the value? That is 5 into 10 power minus 7. This is the charge Q, right? What is the unit for charge Q? It is Coulomb. Okay, this is the third problem. Fourth problem, a cable consisting of a wire 3 mm in diameter and insulated with 3 mm of thickness insulator, where epsilon r is equal to 4.26 is placed in water. Calculate the capacitance of 1 kilometer length of the cable. So this is the problem of the capacitance of a charged cylinder. Okay, the capacitance of the charged cylinder, that is the idea here. See, it is given like this. So the wire whose whose metal part, assume that whose metal part has the diameter 3 mm. This diameter is 3 mm and it is insulated with some other material. It is insulated with some other material. Now this thickness, the thickness of the insulator is 3 mm. So the total thickness will be 6 mm. Okay. Now the relative permittivity of this insulator is epsilon r is equal to 4.26, which means this insulator is a solid medium which is not air. Now it is placed in water. So if it is placed in water, this will act as one metal to conduct the charge, and the water medium, it is enclosed by a water medium. This is water medium, so that which will serve as another medium for conduction of the capacitor, so that these two will act as the medium, so that in between that there is a dielectric medium. So this is dielectric part and this are conducting part. Now we have to calculate thickness of this. We have to calculate the capacitance within this for the length of this will go up to 1 kilometer. That is the idea. So a formula for the capacitance of a cylindrical capacitor. In this case, it will be 2 pi epsilon naught epsilon r L divided by log E of B by A, where B is the outer radius, A is the inner radius of the cylinder, and L is the length of the cylinder. Epsilon naught is the permittivity of the vacuum, which we already know, that is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 coulomb square by Newton meter square, and pi will take the value which is 3.142. Okay, now we have to substitute these values here, and so here L is equal to 1 kilometer, and we need to calculate what is B, what is A. How to calculate that? What is A? If you calculate A, so this is the radius of inner part. But what is given here? Diameter is given here. A is the inner diameter, inner dia divided by 2. What is inner dia? 3 millimeter divided by 2. So this you can write 3 by 2. Millimeter you can convert into meter, 10 power minus 3 meter. What is B? B is the entire outer diameter. How to calculate that? Outer radius, that is from the center to outer edge, that is, this is nothing but B. How to calculate that? You have to add this 3 mm, and here also 3 mm, and here another 3 mm, right? In this case, so it becomes 3. So 9 by 2 into 10 power minus 3 meter. This is also meter. So what is B by A? B divided by A, which is equal to, B is 9 by 2 divided by 3 by 2. It is equal to 9 by 2 multiplied by 2 by 3. This will cancel out each other, and this will cancel out each other. It will give you 3. So that it becomes 2 into 3.142 into 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 into 4.26 into 1 divided by log base to the E of 3 into 10 power. So B by A becomes 10 power minus 3 by 10 power minus 3. Here there is a 10 power minus 3. Here there is a 10 power minus 3. Both will cancel out each other, so that there is no 10 power minus 3, it is log 3. So if you carry out this, it will give you the value of 0. It will give you the value for 0.2156 into 10 power micrometer. 10 power minus 6, sorry, microfarad. This is capacitance. Okay. 0.2156 into 10 power minus 6 farad. Right, this is the answer. I didn't calculate the answer, I just checked it. You can also check it. Okay, you can directly substitute in the calculator if you have. That is what I did. And otherwise, you can use the logarithmic table to calculate log base e 3 and other things. Okay, this is how you can calculate. The only thing is you have to understand what is the problem. There are some other simple problems in the textbook that is prescribed to you that you can try. I felt this problem is one which we can address in the lecture. And we will go for one more problem now. Okay. Problem number 5. A parallel plate capacitor of area 2 meters square with a medium of relative permittivity 7 is charged to a potential of 100 volt. Calculate the capacity and energy stored in the capacitor. Distance between the plates is equal to 10 power minus 4 meter. Fine. So what is given? There is a parallel plate capacitor like this. So this is one plate and this is another plate whose area, this area is 2 meters square. And there is some medium here. This medium has epsilon r which is equal to 7. Charged a potential of 100 volt. So it is connected to a battery and the supply is given as 100 volt. Okay. And calculate the capacity. So C is to be calculated and energy is stored. Energy will be stored as a potential energy C. How to calculate C and how to calculate U. Energy will be stored as a potential energy in the capacitor and distance between the plates is 0.4 meter. This distance between the plates will be 10 power minus 4 meter. Okay, what is the formula for parallel plate capacitor? Epsilon naught, epsilon r in the case the medium is not air, A divided by D. What is the equation for potential energy? 1 by 2 CV square. Fine. Let us proceed this. Epsilon naught 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 multiplied by epsilon r 7 multiplied by area, that is given 2 divided by 10 to the power minus 4. This becomes minus 8. Solving this will give us 1.24 into 10 power minus 6 farad. Now, so using this 1.24 into 10 power minus 6 in the place of C, so we can write 1.24 into 10 power minus 6 multiplied by, what is the potential applied? 100 volt. 100 into 100, 10,000 divided by 2. So it will become 10 power minus 2 and what will be 0.62 into 10 power minus 2. This will be the U, the potential energy, that will be in joule. That will be in joule. That's it. So in this way you can calculate the capacitance and potential energy. Shall we go for one more problem in the loss of energy? Yes. Let it be a very simple problem. Sixth problem. calculate the loss in electrostatic energy of two capacitors of capacitances 1 microfarad and 2 microfarad respectively, which are charged to a potential of 100 and 200 volt, which are charged to a potential of 100 and 200 volts. Okay. When they share their charge. So, what is given? Calculate the loss in electrostatic energy when they share their charge. What shares their charge? Two capacitors of capacitances 1 microfarad and 2 microfarad whose potential is 100 and 200 volt. That is, there is a capacitance. So, where C equal to 1 microfarad, V equal to C1 V1. This is 100 volt. There is another capacitor whose capacitance is 2 microfarad and the potential is 200 volt. Now these are connected. When it is connected, they are going to share their energy. In this situation, what is the loss in energy? So if this has U1, if this has U2, then U1 minus U2, that is equal to, right? What is the formula? 2C1 C2 divided by, C1 C2 divided by 2 into C1 plus C2 into V1 minus V2 the square. So this is the direct question. You can substitute C1 C2. So that is 1 into 10 power minus 6 into 2 into 10 power minus 6 divided by 2 into 3 into 10 power minus 6 because 1 plus 2 3 multiplied by 200 minus 100 square. So this will give you the answer. You can substitute and calculate 3.333 into 10 power minus 3 joule. That is the loss of energy. Okay, loss of energy will be this. In this way, you have to read the question and understand what is asked. You picturize the problem. Then you try to apply what is the relevant equation and what is given, what is to be asked, how to rewrite the equation. Then you can substitute the parameters, then you will get the answer. This is the simple idea. So we have solved some 6 problems as a sample, and you can solve as many as problems asked in the backside of each unit, or you can also check the other examples given in this unit. With this, we are completed unit number 1 of this course, and in the next lecture we will see the unit number 2. Thank you.